Whoa, it's suddenly gone really, really dark. The weather, the good old northern weather's just hit. Oh, that's better. That's much better. Hopefully you can see me better now. Woo! Okay. Hi again! It was like, hi again. Bella's back. The boys are back. Liberty's back. Brilliant. Bria's back. Right, yes. So, I can do a bit more shout outs during this lesson because I'll be darting back and forth. So, this is a challenge that I gave on Wednesday. So, working out the area of parallelograms. So, this week we've been doing area. I started on Tuesday's lesson by recapping area of rectangles. And then on Tuesday I taught the area of triangles. And then some of you had a go at parallelograms on Wednesday, and then we are going to be learning about area trapeziums today. But I wanted to do a quick recap on this before we moved on. So to find the area of a parallelogram, surprisingly easy. Even though parallelograms we don't really do a lot of in maths, like we do more with rectangles and triangles, we use angles in them and things like that. Parallelograms sort of a bit on the side. So when we come to finding the area of them, it might seem a bit intimidating, but watch this. So if you weren't sure, watch this. If I chop off the end of that parallelogram, if I get rid of it, and then I move it and put it back over here, what shape has that become? What shape has that become? And we know how to find the area of that shape, don't we? Okay. So to find the area of a parallelogram, you do base times height, just like a rectangle. But the height here is always what we call perpendicular height. Because with a parallelogram, it's slanted. You wouldn't be given the measurement diagonal like that to find the height. It's certainly at primary school level. So you would always be the straight up and straight down height. Sometimes you would be given the base, and then the height might look like that. It might be outside of the parallelogram, but it means the same thing. It's just telling you straight up and straight down for the bottom. So for this one, we do 5 times 7, which is 35. So the area of this parallelogram is 35 centimetres squared. Don't forget, area, centimetres squared. Right. Oh, I think this board rub is harder to rub everything out, but it's worth it for just that. Right, area of trapeziums. Not only have I never even talked about it in Maths Live before, we're really pushing up now into Key Stage 3. You don't learn about, you learn about what a trapezium is, and you talk about its properties and what the lines different mean and the sides, but you definitely don't get to have a go at finding the area. So for a lot of you might be thinking, I'm not in Key Stage 3, I'm not at secondary school level. Don't worry, I'm a primary school teacher, so I had to revise this. So we're all learning this together. And, it's not something that you have to go away and know. It's just something you've gone away and gone, oh, that's interesting. And you could then take forward. So when it does come up in your education, it's like, oh, I've done that. I think I sort of remember it. So, what's the most important thing? Number 1 is actually drawing a trapezium. That's the most important thing. So we're going to have one up here, and it's going to stay here. Now, a trapezium is a quadrilateral where you've got the top and you've got a base, okay, and they're parallel to each other. So you should make sure that they're parallel to each other. I can't get my words out today. They are the same distance away. They're never going to cross over. And then you've got 2 other sides. There's lots, like I said, there's lots of different ways of drawing a trapezium, but that's going to be my trapezium. Right, and there are different parts trapezium. Okay, we're going to call the top part A, and why I'm using letters is because the letter can represent any number. Okay, so eventually we will put numbers in for A, but you'll see that I'm going to show you the formula to how to calculate it. So I'm going to say that A is the top and B is the bottom. Now you'll see that when you do this further for school, they'll stick to A and B. You know in algebra when they use all sorts of different letters, with trapezium they will stick to A is the top and B is the bottom. Okay, sometimes they switch it around. You'll see why it doesn't matter which way around it is. Okay, and then this here is the height. So we call that H. Okay, and that's it. So those are the parts that we've got to really think about carefully when finding the area of trapezium. And this is the formula that you need for that. Now, if you are a patron and you have got the sheet and you see me write this now and you just want to go for it. Obviously, I'm going to still teach it. If you want to wait and watch me, you can do. But if you want to go. The rest of you, stick with me. Right. So to find the area of a trapezium. Oh, spelling's a good thing as well. Having been able to spell trapezium is A plus B. Now can you see it doesn't matter which way round it is because you're adding them, and with adding we can add it either way round. So A plus B divided by 2. So we add the top and the bottom. We halve that answer. And then for this, whatever that is, we then times it by the height. So that is how you find the area of a trapezium. Okay? You add the top and the bottom, you halve it, and then you times it by the height. So let's try a couple of examples. I've got a couple written down. So I've written these down because I don't want to clash with the other worksheets. So let's say this is 2 centimetres, this trapezium, and let's say this is 9 centimetres. So I've got my A and B, top and bottom. I'm going to tell you that the height stays still. The height, I reckon this gets excited. I think it wobbles, it gets excited about the lesson. And this is an exciting lesson. So the height and the base is 2 and 9. Sorry, the top and the bottom is 2 and 9. The height is 10. So now we can use that to find the area. So A and B. So we add 2 and 9. Okay? And then we divide that by 2. So 2 plus 9 is 11. Okay? 11 divided by 2, don't get put off, it goes into a decimal. Don't get put off if it goes into a decimal. Is 5.5. Okay, so we've done top and bottom, 2 plus 9, 11. We're dividing it by 2, which is 5.5, and then we times it by the height. And 5.5 times by 10 is 55. So the area is 55 centimetres squared. Remember the centimetres squared. Remember to square it. It's area. If you find the area of a shape, it's something squared. Right. Let's try another one. Okay. And by the way, trapeziums, it could be this way around. It could be a sideways trapezium, but it's still a trapezium. Okay. It could be a fat trapezium. It could be a long trapezium. Now, if I told you this was 4 metres, and I told you that this was 8 metres, and I told you the height was 6 metres, how do we find the area? Well, we've got to add the top and the bottom. So we do 4 plus 8. We divide that by 2. You could put that in brackets if you wanted to remember that you have to do that bit first. And then we times it by 6. So, 4 plus 8, 12. Okay, 12 divided, and that's what it means. When it means over 2, that means divided by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. And then 6 times 6 is 36 centimetres squared. That pink pen has bit the dust. Let's see what you think. Let's see what you think. What are you watching? Hi, Izzy. George is back. Amazing. What do you think, guys? What do you think about finding the area of trapezium? Let me know what you think. Yeah? Right. So, what I'm going to do is put the questions up from the worksheet. Okay? Now, if you haven't got the worksheet and you'd like to do, if you want to take part in Maths Live as we've been doing before, if you just become a patron, it's not expensive, okay, and it really supports me. The only reason I'm able to do this during term time is because of the patron. That's the only reason why I'm able to keep going. So to get a worksheet is just £3 a month. Just £3 a month. So imagine you can get, just for 1 month, you could probably, that's sometimes the price of a chocolate bar, okay, or a sandwich. So if you can support me as a patron, that would be amazing. Okay, here's the first 2 questions. So for this one, it's 4 centimetres, 12 centimetres, and 5 centimetres. And the next one, we'll do down here, okay, is, oh, hang on. If I read it carefully, it's this way this time. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Because this is 5 centimetres, this is 9 centimetres. Wow, it's really, really, really raining outside. And this is 8 centimetres. So have a go, that's A and that's B, have a go at finding the area of those trapeziums. Hey Morgan. Oh, thank you, Joe. Shout out to my awesome mama. Hi, awesome mama. What's your mama called? Shout out. Hi, Chloe. Okay. Oh, Reese's going back to school. Amazing. Oh, I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. Okay. And you'll remember, like, even if you're catching up from after school, welcome. Yeah. Doesn't matter what time of day you're catching up. Fantastic. I put up on the Patreon page next week's worksheets, and the Wednesday challenge, which is not a Maths Live lesson, is probably one of my favourite worksheets I've ever made. I did take inspiration from somewhere else, but I tweaked it to make it my own, and I'm going to do it myself on Wednesday. I'm actually really... See, 34-year-old teachers can get excited about maths, and I'm excited about this because, like I say, I had to learn this before teaching you guys. Right, for the first one, A plus B, right, so 4 plus 12 is 16. Well, this pen's bit the dust as well. So 4 plus 12 is 16, and then we divide it by 2, which is 8, okay? And then we times it by our height. 8 times 5 is 40, so 40 centimetres squared. And for the next one, 9 plus 5 is 14. Okay, 14 divided by 2 is 7. And then 7 times 8 is 56 centimetres squared. Who got that? Who did it? Who did it? Amazing, 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 amazing. Well done. Now, just let me know, those of you who have got the worksheet, I'm not going to do every single question, okay? But if you want to send me your answers, or if you want to, after the lesson, check on a calculator, you can do, okay? Okay. Right, next 2. You can tell this is one of the new pens, struggling to open. Right. Okay. So here's the first one. 3 centimetres by 7 centimetres. And by the way, this works for metres and millimetres. Okay, and the height is also 3 centimetres. And as you can see, it doesn't matter which way the trapezium is. I mean, this one is completely upside down. Okay, completely upside down. This is 7. Okay, this is 2. And this is 4. So have a go at those two. I did it! Yay! Tori, of course you can have a shout out. Emma! Brilliant! Fantastic. And this is the kind of one that parents can learn from as well. So if they're, you know, if you're a parent and your child is going into Key Stage 3 and they come home and you say, what have you been learning about today? I mean, most kids say nothing or I can't remember, but if they say, oh, we were doing trapezium, area trapeziums, and I found it a little bit tricky, ta-da, help is here, help is here. So for the first one, let's change colour. So a plus b divided by 2 times by h. So we add the top and the bottom. So 3 plus 7 is 10. Okay, 3 plus 7 is 10. So we've added the top and the bottom. And then we have to divide it by 2. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then the last bit, we times it by the height. So 5 times 3 is 15. So the answer for the first one is 15 centimetres squared. And of course, if you watch this lesson and then you might think, oh, you know what, I'm going to watch it again another time, you can do. It's going to be on the, it'll stay on my page for about 2 weeks, but it'll be on YouTube forever. It's forever long as YouTube exists. For this one, so again, a plus b, 7 plus 2 is 9. We'll write it, where am I writing? 7 plus 2 is 9. Okay. Now, 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Okay. And then we have to times 4.5 by the height. So I'll squash it in here. 4.5 times by 9. Use our lovely column method. 5 9s are 45. So keep the 5, carry the 4. 9 4s are 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So answer is 40.5 metres squared, because the unit of measurement was metres for that one. Okay, hope that's all right. We're going to do one more. One more. And then, like I say, the rest of you, if you go away and you can have a go at the other one and the challenge question, that'd be great. There's so much banging going on downstairs. Don't know what those two are up to. Right, last one. So this goes into decimals, but don't panic. Don't panic with decimals. So we've got our trapezium. Okay. So the top is 2.5 centimetres and the bottom is 4.5 centimetres. And the height is 5 centimetres. Have a go at working out the area of that trapezium. Have a go. Who's saying they're so bad at it? No, you're not. Right? If I'd not practiced this lesson and then taught you it, I'd be really bad at it. I'd be making mistakes left, right and centre. So no, you're not bad at it. I'm telling you off for saying that in the nicest possible way. You are learning something new. You are learning something that comes up in GCSE questions. I'm making that absolutely clear. So none of you are bad at this. None of you. Okay? Even if you got every single single one wrong, it doesn't matter because you're learning something new, and maybe you'll go away and practice and try, or you could just wait till you actually need to do it at school. So no. I'm having. Okay. Did I do the last question wrong? I did do the last question wrong, didn't I? I did D. Yeah, you pointed it out. I'll do D again. Sorry. Didn't I just say someone said they're so bad at it, and I think, you know what? When I said, oh, like I knew. I thought, Steph, you're gonna jinx yourself here. You're gonna make a mistake. I made a mistake. I'll come back to D. I'll come back to it. I'm sorry. Oh, you've got to laugh. Right. Told you. Okay, 2.5 plus 4.5. 2 plus 5 plus 4.5. Thank you for telling me, honestly. Really appreciate it. 2 plus 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've added the A and the B. Okay? And now we need to divide it by 2. So 7 divided by 2, okay, is 3.5. Okay? How do I work that out? How do I know that? Well, what I do is I go back 1 to 6, and I know half of 6 is 3, and then I add a 0.5 on. Yeah, I should do a lesson on dividing odd numbers really quickly. So I've halved, and now I've got to times it by the height. So I times it by 5. And 5 times 5 is 25. And 3 times 5 is 15, 16, 17. So the answer to that one is 17.5 centimetres squared. But let me go back. Oh, please, I've got a magnetic board rubber. So 17.5 for that one. I've got a magnetic board rubber, and I'm still putting it down, not on the whiteboard. Right, that last question. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Question D was this, and for some reason I made up an entirely different number when I was doing the multiplication. Right, let's try that again. So, A plus B. 7 plus 2 is 9. So I've done my A plus B bit. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Okay. You know what, I must have just looked at the 9. And we have to times it by the height, and height is 4. Okay. So 5 times 4 is 20. And 4 times 4 is 16, 17, 18. And you know what the silly thing is? I've got it written on my answer sheet. So I should have seen that. So the actual proper answer to D is 18 meters squared. Okay, right. There we go. That is how to find the area of trapezium. So if you have got the Patreon worksheet, have a go at F and have a go at the challenge question at the bottom. And if you want to message me an answer, if you want me to check, I will gladly do that. So next week we're carrying on with area a little bit. We're going to be doing circles. So you are going to go away and find all the different parts of a circle, and then on Tuesday's Maths Live lesson I'm going to teach you how to find the circumference of a circle. What is that? And then on Thursday, fingers crossed, on Thursday, we're going to find the area of a circle. So do join in. And again, we're sort of that sort of mixing between Key Stage 3 and Key Stage. I can't speak. It's mixing between Key Stage 2 and Key Stage 3. Right, I better go and I think have a lie down. Thank you so much. Take care. I'll see you soon. Have a lovely weekend.